Story RH, the podcast that makes a long story short.
Welcome to all.
History is made of stories.
In this episode, we'll be exploring the impact of the digital age on social cohesion in the workplace.
These days, everyone has a computer and knows how to use it. Everyone works with digital technologies and uses the internet, and is a pro at Teams. With COVID, there can't be a soul left on Earth who hasn't made the switch.
That's what everyone seems to be saying, but it's important to nuance our take. If we don't, we're ignoring certain risks, which can lead to a breakdown of social cohesion. So, is the digital age a danger for social cohesion in the workplace? What's the story?
First, before talking about the risks of undermining social cohesion and the consequences that can have, let's be clear about one thing. Not everyone is at ease with digital technologies. The idea that everyone is digital savvy is an illusion.
In Europe, for example, over 90% of jobs require at least basic computer skills, but 43% of European citizens and over a third of the EU workforce are not computer literate.
This lack of digital savvy creates real disparities in the population.
Digital illiteracy reduces not only access to information, but also to the most basic rights. And I bet right now you're imagining a poor old couple of grandparents living somewhere remote without a computer. While that's an important issue for society at large, you're thinking, it's not the responsibility of a company to train retirees to use digital technology.
But while age is a major factor when it comes to digital literacy, it isn't the only one. Old people aren't the only ones who are lost.
Even digital natives can lack computer savvy. Being raised on social networks doesn't mean you understand IT. An Australian study revealed that 45% of students actually qualify as rudimentary users.
In other words, they know how to click, but they're lost as soon as an error message pops up. It's not exactly computer illiteracy, but they're far from being computer experts.
It's the same for many people between 24 and 65, both in terms of IT savvy and their conscience of the impact of digital on their profession.
So, the mismatch between the heterogeneous levels of computer literacy within the working population and the fact that digital technologies have become a professional norm poses a risk for social cohesion.
And the digital divide only exacerbates existing differences. Age is one, but there's the divide between urban and rural areas, and different levels of education and income.
Unsurprisingly, these factors are the same ones that impacted inequality even before the arrival of the digital age. It has simply intensified their effects. While this situation falls mostly within the scope of responsibility of public officials, companies must also play a role.
First, because every company has people with low levels of computer literacy among its employees, and yet these employees play a crucial role in keeping the business running. Companies need them more than ever before, and they are harder and harder to find.
Quite a few different categories of employees may still fall into the room for improvement category, if not total computer illiteracy, at a time when digital and computer savvy have become norms in many different professions.
This divide is hard to remedy as well, because a wide variety of employees within a single company may have insufficient computer literacy skills, making individual weaknesses difficult to detect.
And let's not forget that it's not always easy for a manager or digital native, whom people assume is computer savvy, to admit that they don't know how to do something or need help.
So it gets swept under the rug, and risk to social cohesion grows, with employees falling into two distinct categories: those who happily navigate from one application to the next, easily adapt to the new ways of working that go with them, and easily access digital information, and those who can't do any of those things or struggle.
The digital divide will only exacerbate existing social difference and may create new ones on both the national and company levels.
To recap, heterogeneous levels of digital literacy are a fact in all groups worldwide. It's important to tend to the issue if you want to prevent it from deteriorating social cohesion. And there's no reason it has to be that way, because, like with everything we don't know in life, all you have to do is start learning. Is that right?
Exactly right. Way to make a long story short. Story RH, the podcast that makes a long story short.